what would you say to somebody here in the department that wants to go abroad, or a freshman?
I'd say definitely work on your 4-year plan and make sure that it's very set depending on it. So this is why I was a Bachelor of Arts and not a Bachelor of Music, because the units allowed me to move things around with a business minor as well. So it's about setting your priorities and planning it out, making your educated decision, and then once it's planned out, everything else flows pretty well around that. So even financially, there's scholarships within the language department here, and it's a little less than half the price of La Sierra tuition to go over there.
Wow.
So if you're following the Gen Ed path here, you could also get some electives and things done over there and make it a productive time there as well. So I definitely say with just planning and a little research, it's not as hard to do as it seems.
Hello, I'm Ricardo Reina, welcoming you to the Department Stories, a series of interviews showcasing incredible stories from La Sierra University Department of Music. We are happy to have Isabel Serrano. Isabel didn't come from a musical family, but after discovering flute in 5th grade, she knew that music would be with her for the rest of her life. Tune in with the Department Stories to hear how having music in her life has impacted her educational experience and even helped her travel abroad. Remember that you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at La Sierra University Music. But right now, enjoy the Department Stories.
Welcome to the Department Stories podcast. Thank you for accepting the invitation and being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with your name, your program, and your instrument.
Okay, so my name is Isabel Serrano, and I am a flute major. I also am getting a business minor as well, so that's been my experience here at La Sierra.
And how did you start in music?
It kind of goes back to I started piano in 4th grade, and my family has no musical history, so it was just kind of some self-discovery on my end. I kind of had just a natural passion for it. It really I advanced pretty quickly in that time, and that kind of brought me into the classical music realm. And then going into 5th grade, where we have to, choose band or choir, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do band. And so,
why?
So I really wanted to just the whole ensemble look, the instrumental opportunities there just seemed a lot more fun to me at the time, my 11-year-old self. So I went in and chose the flute based off of some mentors' recommendations and things like that. So there wasn't a ton of back history on why I chose that, but at the time it was the suggestion. And so Professor Santos of this department was my mentor in 5th grade as well.
Oh wow,
so,
really?
Yeah, so he's known me since back then and was a big part of me choosing that as well. So the mentors there guided me into learning the flute and learning what it meant to get into music back then.
And then how did you decide to study music as a career?
So I didn't start taking lessons until halfway through 7th grade, and my teacher was Romanian, and so going into high school, she gave me a different approach to flute, and I started to take it more seriously. So I was doing a few competitions and soloist things with my orchestra there, and the more I put into it, the more I was loving it. And I got to the point graduating senior year of high school, I had to decide a major. And I was actually intending to go in pre-law. So I went into La Sierra as music major, business minor, pre-law, to give that a chance.
Wow, that's very drastic from music.
Right. So it came from a place that I wasn't fully aware yet what it meant to choose a career in music, and I wanted to make a really educated decision. So I went in music major. I knew that was something I was already passionate about. Flute and classical music had found a pretty profound place in my life, so I knew I wanted to give it a shot. And so then I did, and maybe halfway through my sophomore year, I decided to drop the pre-law and found that I had a much bigger passion for music now that I knew how to pursue it, as well as business, that I can incorporate that into my career as well.
Oh.
So that was around the time I decided, you get to the point where you're like, what do I want to wake up to every day? And it was that I wanted to put the work towards flute.
And what did you decide to come to La Sierra from any other school? Because of Dr. Santos?
He was part of the reason, for sure. And because he was my mentor in high school up until sophomore year when I was there, and then he transferred here to La Sierra. So he got me involved with a lot of the band festivals here that happened, and so then I started getting connected with the department. I also participated in the Promising Young Artist competition both years, and then
That's the competition for high schoolers?
yes. And
Wow.
so that was also a pretty solid connection. So amongst those experiences, I started just interacting more with the department and getting to know their faculty as well as the flute teacher. And then a financial thing was definitely part of the influence on that. And I did have a few options of schools to come to, but I knew that wanting to be a music major as well as a business minor, for sure La Sierra had really solid departments on that. So for both of them, and I've loved being a part of two departments so far during my experience here. And so I think I'd definitely sum it down to the networking that I was able to do prior to college as well as the faculty.
Wow. Yeah, we're really happy to have you. And tell me a little bit about the experience in Italy when you were abroad. How was that? How did that happen?
So that was it was such a great experience. It was about a year and a half of emails just being sent back and forth.
Wow.
I knew that the conversation for a collaboration between the music conservatory there and Villa Aurora had started prior to me wanting to go. So I had heard of other students who were trying to do that, and I wanted to do my best to try to make it something real, something I could do as well. And so fortunately some students were able to go, and during summer programs and other things at least participate with professors there at the conservatory. So what I was able to do just through emails from here, and the director of Villa Aurora was so willing to help and just super invested in this potential opportunity as much as I was. So she was able to meet with the president of the conservatory while I was still here, and we created kind of an official collaboration so that we were able to, once I got there, register with the conservatory, be assigned to a professor, and I was set to do more ensemble and group collective things in the spring before COVID brought me back in March. But it was definitely something that was really fun to pioneer, and I did that with the other music major here, Alessandra, who's the oboist here in the department. And so we were both able to kind of explore that collaboration, see how it works. And now, so the director there came back in January to here while I was still over there, and started conversations with the faculty and chair of the department here, Dr. Anderson, to make this a directed study opportunity for the music department and the Luigi Cherubini Conservatorio over there. So that was a really, really amazing time, being able to approach flute and work on flute with a European professor there. And yeah, so it's really great, and I'm excited to pursue further talks with other faculty members here, and hopefully we can make it an opportunity for other people to join.
And how's your Italian?
It's pretty good. It's not too bad. It definitely helped that I knew Spanish before going in. Of course, just learning as much as I could before I got there. And so, yeah, it took a few months to settle in. I think you learn more how to hear it and listen to it before you can speak it as well. But yeah, it was definitely pretty fun to learn, and got a pretty good grip on it.
How long were you guys there?
I was there for 6 months.
6 months.
Yes, so from September to March.
And you can say that you are fluent in Italian?
Oh, I would say maybe intermediate.
Intermediate.
Yes, so I'm still working on it. Want to get to the fluent level.
I mean, but you being there, you can talk and go and ask, and they give you the prices of local, not the tourists, right?
Yeah, definitely. They pretty much anywhere you travel, they're gonna appreciate it so much when you just, as long as you try speaking in their language, you have a much higher level experience there. So that was really fun for sure.
Cool. Do you think you would have done it if you didn't come to La Sierra?
Going abroad, just in general, yes, that was something I wanted to do for a really long time. So I was really excited that there was already some talk about potential collaboration when I got here to La Sierra, so I could kind of pick up where that left off. But it was definitely on the top of my priorities.
Do you think you will go in the future again abroad, a different country? I don't know.
Maybe. I'm thinking about it. It's just something about, life's too short to kind of not do what you want to do. So I think I would love to spend some time in London, is where I've been thinking of. There's various programs there, and it's actually pretty approachable to move over there for a certain amount of time. They're really open to international students in various programs, so I will hopefully be able to take advantage of that too.
And what would you say to somebody here in the department that wants to go abroad, or a freshman?
I'd say definitely work on your 4-year plan and make sure that it's very set depending on it. So this is why I was a Bachelor of Arts and not a Bachelor of Music, because the units allowed me to move things around with a business minor as well. So it's about setting your priorities and planning it out, making your educated decision, and then once it's planned out, everything else flows pretty well around that. So even financially, there's scholarships within the language department here, and it's a little less than half the price of La Sierra tuition to go over there.
Wow.
So if you're following the Gen Ed path here, you could also get some electives and things done over there and make it a productive time there as well. So I definitely say with just planning and a little research, it's not as hard to do as it seems.
Wow.
Definitely worth it.
So this is your senior recital that is coming.
Senior recital coming up.
When is your senior recital?
I believe it is May 22nd.
May 22nd?
Yes.
At 7, right? I
think so.
Yeah. And what can we expect from the recital? Anything from Italy?
Possibly. I'm still officiating some repertoire, but I think what I'm leaning on, what I kind of have set right now, would be I may be able to bring in a harpist and be able to do some harp work, some harp pieces, and definitely also going to be bringing in some works by Mexican composers.
Nice.
And yeah, so I really wanted to, that was a great chance for me to explore more. Being Mexican myself, I really wanted to see, classical music from a Latin American side of things over European.
What are you playing from Mexico or Spanish music?
I hope to do, there's a duo called, I think it's called Fantasías Mexicanas, written by Samuel Ziman, and so I'll hopefully be working on that with my teacher, and then there's a couple other individual pieces working on as well. So, and then aside from the Latin American works, I will also be bringing in a short string piece that is arranged for flute as well.
Oh wow. So is this your favorite piece in the program, or do you have any other favorite piece?
I'm kind of making them all my favorites. I really want this to be a fun time to it's been a long time since I've been on stage, being able to perform like this with circumstances and having been gone last year as well. So I really want to make this an enjoyable set of music for both myself and my audience. And so I think I'll have a lot of fun performing all the pieces.
Is there a topic or a theme for your recital? What do you want the people from the recital to get after this?
I just want them to feel the magic of live music again. I think that's something that we've all been kind of missing lately, myself included. And so I hope to kind of also bring in other friends and alum of the La Sierra Music Department, make it kind of a fun event like that, safely of course. And so that's kind of what I hope to do, and also of course bring light to Mexican composers as well. Is definitely one of my intentions.
Yeah, we need that.
Yes.
Well, thank you for being here, and I'm looking forward for your recital.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are thankful for the opportunity to share Isabel's story. Please stay tuned for our next episodes, where we will be sharing more stories. If you have more stories that you would like us to cover, please subscribe and leave a comment below. See you in the next episode.